everybody. Today we're going to do some work with fractions. We don't have our divided circles that we usually use for our introductory lessons, so we'll see how we can do with our tabletop fractions, the ones we're going to use today. So hopefully it works. So I'm going to adjust that. So today we're going to have a little look at some equivalence. So this is one whole circle in this case. When we break it or cut it into two equal parts, we call each of these 1/2. It's the family of two. That means two pieces make the whole circle. Two pieces. And this is one of them. It's one member of the family of two. We call that a half. And here we have 2 halves, and I'm going to show that that is equivalent to a whole. So one whole is equivalent to 2 halves. This is 1/3. The family name, also called the denominator, is 3. It's the family of 3, and this is one member of the family of 3, or 1/3 we call that. And if it's in the family of 3, it means that it takes 1, 2, 3 pieces to make the whole. So we can say that one whole is equivalent to 1, 2, 3/3. And I'm just going to place this here. Now we're going to look at the fourths, and you've probably figured out already that it would take 4 pieces to make one whole. And this is one member of the family of 4, or 1 divided into 4 pieces. 4 is the denominator, or the family name, and that is because it takes 4 pieces to make the whole. And I'll place these here. So one whole is equivalent to 4/4. Now we're going to look at the fifths. How many pieces do you think it will take to build a whole with fifths? The denominator or family name is 5. So if you guessed it will take 5 pieces to be equivalent to one whole circle, then you were correct. And again, we can build them on top and show that that actually works. So here we have our 5/5. Now we're going to try with the 6ths, and we can build on top and prove that it takes 6/6 to make one whole. And here is how we write 1/6. One piece, or one member from the family of 6, or 1 divided into 6 pieces. So 6/6 is equivalent to one whole. And you can continue with your paper fractions and go all the way up to tenths and see what happens. You explore those. If you figure it out and you like to go past tenths without materials, then you can go as far as you like. Challenge yourself. I'm going to write down what we did. So we're working on equivalence. And equivalence means they have equal value. Equivalence. We have a special symbol for equivalence. And our equal sign that you're familiar with when we have equals in our math is like this. Equivalence is almost the same, but it looks more like a capital E, I always think. It has 3 lines. So when we're doing fractions and geometry and we're talking about equivalence, we put 3 lines like that. So we could say that 1 whole was equivalent to how many halves? 2 halves. And that was equivalent to 1, 2, 3 thirds. And that was equivalent to 4 fourths. That was also equivalent to 5 fifths. And 6 sixths. So when we look at this, we can write it like this. We could say one member of the family of 1, or 1 whole, was equivalent to 2 halves. It was also equivalent to 3 thirds, and also equivalent to 4 fourths, and also equivalent to 5 fifths, and that was also equivalent to 6 sixths. And you can keep going with your own homemade fractions. So that was our first equivalence lesson for today. I hope you enjoy it.